Throw Gang, we are joined by the Chop House Chopper, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the Wiener Circle sex symbol, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys, with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
I don't know it.
Oh, okay. You're not up on the new T-Swizz?
No,
At
dude.
pod time, everybody agrees. Clearly.
All right. Before we get into Lawrence's terrible taste in music, the shocking behavior of Ric Flair, Italian billionaires loving us, and a supreme skater calling us perverts. Let's get into some housekeeping. You have other songs you want to? You have other
No, that
songs
was
you
it.
want to sing?
That was it.
I thought you were a Carly Rae man.
Honestly, I can't believe you would even set me up because I have a take.
When Taylor stood on the scale and said "fat," did that trigger you as a former fat guy?
Former.
Yeah. Well, you made it
you
very
heard
clear.
it here
You
first,
made it very
folks.
clear. You're like, I'm a size 33. I was like, yeah, he's like 33, 34. You're like, 33, asshole.
I am a Carly Rae man. The loneliest time is good. It just cannot live up to dedicated. So it is what it is.
Okay.
I've been bumping midnights more than
Mid.
putting the mid at midnights.
Exactly. Okay. Housekeeping.
Yeah. What are we
Two
doing?
things. UK Mandem.
Whew.
Thursday, November 3rd. We will be at a pub in London. I don't
That's all we
know.
know.
I don't know what pub. I don't know what time. Probably in the evening. It'll probably be cold and rainy.
Yeah.
Time and place exactly TBD.
But the weather is gonna suck.
Yeah, we're not going to get lucky twice in a row like
No
we did
way.
with Chicago.
Hell no.
Chicago, the temperature ranged from 20 to 70.
It was we hit 3 seasons in 4 days.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We hit 3 steakhouses in 4 days.
What else is there to say about the UK?
Okay, we're there to shoot the marketing, and I guess actually the Thursday night thing is going to be a launch event. Do we just say it?
No, I don't think we're ready to.
Okay, we're not ready to elaborate
but we have
just
a collab
yet. Oh, because
coming
we have another boys only thing.
Yeah.
Before this, we have a collaboration coming out. That is the launch event for the UK.
Yeah.
So we will be at a pub.
That's all. That's really all we know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be in London. We'll be in London.
We'll be
Yeah.
chewing lagers.
Yeah.
Tossing darts. You'll be smoking them. Are you gonna be back on your pack a day shit?
Chicago was so bad,
Bro, by day 4, when we sat down for lunch before going to the airport, I like dry gagged a little bit because you smelled like an ashtray.
Because I try to be cognizant of when I'm smoking at that clip, how I smell. But you made me rethink my whole process, dude.
bad.
You were like, dude, you smell like an ashtray, and I was like, fuck, that ashtray is coming home to New York. But luckily,
I'm coming home
again, Larry skated.
Free Larry.
Yeah. So what's the date?
WMF.
What's the date?
Thursday,
Okay.
Thursday, 3 November, because it's London.
Yeah.
Some pub somewhere.
Save the
fucking ends,
motherfucking
man.
date, because we're gonna chew lagers with the fucking lads.
And then for the fucking hometown, because we're the hometown heroes. We're back in New York.
Kings of New York.
Saturday, November 5th. We're swapping to the gang, 'cause we're back in the fucking USA. November 5th in New York City. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
Come through the Throwing Fits Friends and Family Bazaar, where over 15, I think total counts around 17 ish, 15 plus of the best homies will have purged their closets and gotten all the flow that they don't want or don't need.
Friends of the show, some Groms, the goddamn motherfucking boys, price to move.
Vintage dealers, editors,
Podcasters.
podcasters, honestly, mostly
Friends
former
of podcasters.
former podcast guests,
Yeah.
TikTok show hosts.
Yeah, the Throwing Fits Extended Universe is coming out in full force to pay it forward. All of the flow, all of the deals, all of the fucking personal orders, all of that is going to be up for grabs.
Former
Price to
designers,
move.
or no, current designers rather.
Yeah, are you going to be? Oh yeah, there's a designer in there. I'm ready to haggle,
Bro.
I can't wait.
I'm ready to just say, just give me your best offer. Your first offer,
Yeah.
good, go.
I
Just
feel
get
like
it out of here.
you and I have the benefit of being great follows and sellers on Grailed, because a lot of the stuff was gifted. So I don't need to make a profit. Johns are not financial instruments to us.
Yeah.
And yes, #blessed, I understand, but
And up
let's
to this
be real.
point, I've
We're gonna
been
pay it forward.
Up to this point, I've been a real hoarder, and I think that what you and I, the world that we occupy, isn't necessarily what moves on Grilled. So it's not like
Right.
It's not like what
exactly.
you and I want to get rid of. It's not like, oh, I want to get rid of this whatever. I'll get rid of it because it's gonna move on grill. No, it sits there because it's
Good
it's
shit.
just like pretty. Yeah, it's good shit. It's not Balenciaga. It's not
Yeah.
Supreme.
I'm gonna have some footwear too. I think I need to get rid of like a lot of like.
Yeah, you're gonna give her your
cool
Jowns,
sneakers.
New Balance Jowns.
A lot of off-white Jordans.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be. I'm using it. So I'm a hoarder. My closets are fucking stuffed to the gills.
Yeah.
I'm using this as a real opportunity to clean house, and I think a lot of people are. There's gonna be special merch made for this. I think Shies is gonna be slinging fucking burgers.
Ooh, maybe Clover coffee with the Java out
Just
front.
Just ran into Kian.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna try and pull up.
Yeah,
so.
no promises. It's all coming together.
I know, yeah. So Saturday, November 5th, it
Yeah.
should be a good time.
Downtown.
It's going to be all day in the West Village somewhere.
Yeah.
More details coming soon.
Should
We
be
just
a-
fucking inked the deal.
A fun hang, a shoppable hang, if you will. This is something that you and I have been cooking up for a minute, and this is, I don't know, this feels like we always talk about we were putting on God's green earth to party, to schmooze, to shake babies and kiss hands.
Those are your words.
We've also been put on this earth to fucking pay it forward when it comes to fucking Steele's deals and John's automobiles. Let's go.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a fun time. Yeah, so November
Yeah, save
3rd,
the date. Another date. to
Thursday
save.
night, London. Saturday, November 5th, New York City. We're fucking, the housekeeping has gone international.
Yeah, it has, dude.
We just swept up the United Nations. Okay.
Fit check, yeah.
Fit check.
Why don't you start us off as always?
All right, I had the purple gel Nimbus 9s on the dogs. I got Nike Drifties on the dogs. I got big ol' Edwin denims.
Huge jeans.
They're big. They're fucking big. I busted out this old-ass Norse Projects tee.
Damn. Shout out Norse.
I stole this from BPMW. This is like 10-plus years
Are
old.
you gonna have any Norse at the closet sale? The bazaar? How bizarre?
How
That's
bizarre.
That's another song for you.
No, it's not a Ric Flair jib. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. A lot of
Yeah.
our legacy.
Right. Again, but it's gonna be good shit. It's not
Yeah.
like fucking hype beast nonsense. Like it's gonna be solid brands
Yeah.
that we talk
Ooh,
about all
Arc'teryx
the time.
Valence.
Ooh.
Well represented. And then it's Ann Austin fucking chocolate.
So sick. Fuck.
Shiny trucker.
It reminded me that my and Austin. I got like the matching pants, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get them.
Yeah, it's a first sex
Come on,
situation.
guys. God damn it.
You know, sometimes things come up Jimmy.
This has been happening a lot, where like it's like a 2-piece deal that was negotiated independently of each other, but like my stuff just never comes.
Hey, what's your address?
Yeah. Okay.
Three-
I see what you're doing there.
Three.
Stop, bro.
333. And then New York Magazine, I guess, fucking logo rip from the Tomorrow Shop Vintage Store. Hanes boxers. Forgot to wear my jewels. Forgot the grill. Sipping on a Diet Pepsi. Drinking Greenpoint's finest. Larry?
I wore Belgians to the crib. I'm wearing Shiro socks.
Belgians in the rain.
Yeah. They're cooked, dude. Those the lizard calf have seen better days. They're like also like blown out kind of on the side. I gotta get them fucking totally refurbished or just get a new pair. I'm wearing vintage Levi's 501s on the ass. I have on my new Karu sweater, dude.
Granny core, baby.
When you get your Karu, have you noticed how good the packaging and the like?
It smells great.
Yo, what is the scent? I need to know. It's incredible.
I don't know.
I love it, dude.
Granny must be in the cartel the way she's moving this needlework.
Shout out fucking Karu. White rodeo hat upstairs. Rolling on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, New York adorned in the ear, sipping on Greenpoint's finest. Let's fucking start the show.
All right, Larry. I don't know about you, bro, but
Oh,
today's
also Brady Brand. Yo, shout out to Goat. It's not.
Oh, that's on the
shit-
dick?
Shit is not looking good. But Brady Brand on the dick today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know about you, bro,
Mhm.
but today's the first day where I felt kind of like normal ever since our 2 weeks in Chicago.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. It really. We were there. We were there 72 hours.
We got there Wednesday night. We bounced Saturday, so Wednesday to Thursday. Yeah.
It
Less.
It felt like 2 months.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, to be fair, we packed it in. We had
Yeah.
a lot of commitments and obligations,
Uh-huh.
and did some fun shit on our own. Did some extra on our own. Got a fucking podcast in there.
Ooh, that's
got
right.
2 podcasts in there actually.
Yo, we did. We double dipped, dog.
Yeah. What was
We
last time?
double dipped like a wet beef.
What was last time we had a wet trip? What was last time we had a work trip?
When was the last time?
I don't know.
Damn.
It's been a minute.
Well, we were on. Mans was on road.
Yeah,
bro.
I forgot how much I hate traveling with you.
Yeah, speak for yourself, dude.
Okay, so we arrived.
I finished you're a cranky traveler, or honestly, what it is, I just bring out the crankiness.
Yeah. I'm not cranky. I'm one of those guys that's like, all right, like, is my laptop ready to pull out so I can, like, put it in the bin? Like,
Yeah.
are my shoes, like, slip on, slip off? Like, is all my shit in my pockets so I can just zip it up and take my jacket off and put it down. Can I fill up my Nalgene? And you're like, yo, where's the $9 water?
Oh, well, that's just, I mean, just because I don't care about the environment doesn't mean
it's
I'm
not about
bad
that.
to travel
It's not
with.
caring about the throwing fits TF card. But whatever.
That water only costs you $4.
Right.
That's smart water.
Okay. All right, cool. We ride there separately, and I immediately fucked up. And we flew one time before when we flew to the UK. You were like, yo, like you were overdoing it to the point where your shit was too crazy. It was my first time flying after like COVID, and I had like the neck pillow, I had like the eye cover,
yeah.
like
You went
I had,
turbo.
and I lost like a charger. I lost like some fucking clothes. I think I was just doing too much. I wore my EG like air crew fatigues with like crazy pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget that these get me stopped every single time at the TSA because they can't penetrate. The X-ray machine cannot penetrate the amount of pockets.
You're
these
also
pants have.
dressed like an insurgent.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Where was I on January 6th?
Yeah.
And I always get like, I just have to go back through twice and it's no problem. And I wear these.
That's mad annoying, though.
I mean,
Back through the metal detector? Or
Yeah.
you mean all of security?
no, just through like the metal
Okay.
detector. Do you have like flying pants?
No, I've just, and the both times that we flew there and back, I just rocked the OL Workshop Dickies because they're so comfortable, bro. And the fit is just perfect. And they're like a little bit thin. Like the plane ride there, pretty normal. Plane ride back, scorching.
Oh my God.
So like I'm not gonna wear. I don't fly in shorts. That's disgusting. So like
Flying shorts is disgusting. I also think that people that like go full guys that are like, yo, men used to get dressed to fly and wear a suit. Fuck them.
How often do you see that, dude?
A lot.
Really? That's the
guys,
worst, dude.
Like hustle, like grind set motherfuckers. They're like, if the flight's 2 to 4 hours, you know I'm suited up.
Oh, or like
it's like I'm flying fly out business meeting.
or it's a sport coat over a V-neck
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something, you know?
Over like an Under Armour V-neck.
Yeah.
And then guys that go full
dry fit.
guys that go full sweats. I'm also just like,
Oh, I don't like that.
what are you doing?
That's like yeah, I can't get down with that. That also to me is like kind of too grimy. Like
Yeah.
the plane, it's like you got to the flying and traveling, specifically air travel. You got to find the sweet spot between like overdressed and then like grimily
And, like,
underdressed.
regular.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So that's what these pants have been for me. Where it's
Well,
like,
now you know. Don't
they're
wear
not
them
too
when we
tight.
go to
Don't wear
fucking
them
London,
because
bro.
the way they pat you down now, they like stroke you out. Have this happened to you?
So you busted.
This guy's like, I need a supervisor here.
I need another set of hands.
I need a supervisor here to watch me stroke your dick.
Yeah, dude.
And in full public, like I turn away from the crowd. He's like, no, turn back around, and just goes like this
Give him a
down the full
show.
shaft, like gets in between like shaft and thigh. And yes,
Those pants have 100 pockets.
yes, these have like robust. I mean, yeah, look like a fucking like Taliban, like you said, for sure. But yeah, so it started off with some sexual harassment.
Nice.
And you were
get
running.
sexually harassed everywhere you go. Maybe Sexy Jimmy is too sexy for this world, dude.
I'm too sexy to be safe.
Yeah, for real. Well, you were also already, I can see how you would be annoyed because you were already a little pissed off because for whatever reason, despite you having you're a gold medallion Delta flyer, I am but a humble silver medallion flyer. For whatever reason, I have now consistently been ahead of you on the upgrade list. I've jumped over the jump man.
Both times you were 1 and 2 or like 3 and 4.
How does that
but, like,
happen? That doesn't make
I don't know.
any
And
sense
also,
to me.
I'm the one that booked the flights.
Yeah.
So like, what the fuck? So I'm like,
But you were pissed about this. I remember.
I wasn't pissed about this. I texted this to you, and I was like, everything's coming up, Larry. Of course. What pissed me off was that when they're stroking me out in front of like the in terminal 4 in front of the international crowd, giving everyone a
Terminal
show.
5, but yeah.
No, terminal.
It was 5.
5? Okay, yeah.
I was a little late and I was freaking out and I was like, why am I going to 5? I was like nervous. Anyway, sorry.
I was like, hey, can I get my computer and the football?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there, and they're like, no.
Oh,
you
like
can't.
out in the open to be pilfered.
Yeah, because like my shit went through the X-ray
yeah.
machine, and like all my bags and like my jacket, and also just like
That's my livelihood right there.
Yeah, I was like, hey, like that's an anonymous like laptop. Like,
That's my answer to an afters question.
yeah. My laptop doesn't have streetwear stickers on it. People aren't going to know that it belongs to the really cool guy over here. And they're like, no, you can't. I'm like, what? I was like, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on it while I'm getting fucking jerked off by Mr. TSA. So yeah, I was a little cranked up, and I was like, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, FYI, you're like next on first class. And did I say something that like tipped my hand that I was like cranky or grouchy?
No, because I was running pretty late and like honestly, I fucked it up. Well, we thought we were going to LaGuardia. It turns out we're going to JFK. So I mean, it could have been worse. But yeah, I was like cutting it pretty close, and thankfully, Clear saved the day. But I probably strolled up to the gate 10 minutes before boarding, and you were kind of in a sour mood, and then immediately you just go, "I took your upgrade."
That's not what happened.
Yeah,
That's not what happened. So I sit down and I'm like just sitting in the seat, charging my phone, and I'm like, okay, like it tells you like there's one seat in first class left. Larry's number 1, Jimmy's number 2. So I was like, all right, this is going to Larry. The guy says, paging Lawrence Schlossman and James Harris. And I'm like, the fuck? So I unplug my shit, get my bags.
Paging the only podcast that matters.
I go up there, and I'm like, hi, I'm James Harris. He's like, is Lawrence here? I'm like, no, he's not here yet. And he's like, oh, well, you guys are traveling together? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, there's one seat left in first class, and you guys are next. And you're a package deal. Do you want to get split up? And like,
we weren't even
like,
sitting next to each other in like.
I'm like,
comfort
yeah,
class.
exactly.
You're
You're
like, please,
yes,
God, yes.
Send me to the back. I'll fucking fly this bitch.
I'll be in the bathroom.
Yeah. Put me on the wing.
So you
and
got
he's like,
you grabbed it.
he's like, you're here. I can only give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, even though you were above me, I guess we were like together. And he's like, do you want it? Like, fuck yeah. Even though, again, on these flights, it doesn't matter.
No, especially like this regional puddle jumper. It's like the shittiest planes.
No TVs.
No TVs. You can't even bring on if your carry-on is like a little bit too big, then you got to like check it at the gate.
It's not even that. They
got
like,
to retire these planes. They're terrible.
At a certain point, they just gate check everybody. But that was the one good thing about being in first class was they were like,
they let you
I was able to put my shit up there because I was on absolutely
That's why
first.
on the way back we had the gate check because I was confused about how you got it one way but not the other. I will say because Jen and I are typically like a comfort plus couple, I'm not like super familiar with like and my rookie medallion status kind of is showing my hand here, but I wasn't really familiar with like how the upgrade works or like this idea where like they call it, and if you miss your window, it doesn't matter if you still show up on time like I did. Like it's a use it or lose it before they move to the next person. So I thought you were fucking with me. You're like, oh, and I was like, what do you mean you took it? Like I'm ahead of you. And you're like, oh no, they called us and you weren't here. And I'm like, I'm here though, and we're not on the flight. But ultimately, it didn't matter.
So would you like to apologize for
No.
assuming that I just dicked you over when it was either
No,
one of
I
us or
didn't.
none of us?
But what was interesting to me, and
Also, it didn't fucking matter.
and this is it didn't matter.
We're sitting in the same seat.
Yeah,
essentially, effectively.
But this is like an interesting debate where the way that I was going to play it was that if ultimately the upgrade did fall into my lap, one, because you had kind of complained about it. Two, because you did book the trip.
I did complain about it
A little bit over text. But my point is, I mean, it was maybe
No, it's just like
passive-aggressive.
I was like, everything's coming up Larry once again.
Yeah.
Something else had happened where I was like, oh fuck this.
Fuck this guy. I will say that I was going to be the guy because, again, you're the boss. You booked a trip. Like, CEO eats first. I was going to offer it up to you. And you were like, listen, if anyone ever offers up to it, you can't actually take it.
No.
Never call the bluff.
That's just a bitch ass move. If I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that. Like, no.
Oh, 'cause
you got it fair and square through a random selection. It's like if we bought lottery tickets together. If you're like, yo, get me a lottery ticket, and I bought 2 and I gave you 1, and you like won, and I'm like, yo, that 50% is mine. No.
I guess I'm a bad, selfish person because if you had offered it to me, I would have been like, okay, thanks, bro. You're the man. Thank you, dude. So naive.
Luckily,
so I'm not like playing fucking politics when it comes to, favors and taking people up on offers, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you can't be the bad guy. That's both your blessing and your curse.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Is that what I was mad at you about? No, I got mad at you about that later.
Yeah, there was a lot of things where you're like, isn't this a group decision? I'm like, oh, I'm just being a nice guy.
I was like, this sentient ashtray is just fucking over the common man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Luckily, we arrived in Chicago without incident after a 1.5 hour
it's
Uber ride
fucking
from O'Hare to the Thompson Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And we arrived in Chicago where everything is equal, unless you're not white.
As long as you're not on the south side.
I had fucked up where I misjudged like the timing of when we landed because I was still on New York time and made a reservation at Gibson's for 9, being we're gonna get to the hotel and check in at like 8.
Right.
So like 9 o'clock, not that bad. We checked in the hotel at like 6:30.
Yeah, it was around 7. It was pretty early.
So I was like, let's just fucking walk into Gibson's,
which was with like a stone's throw from the Thompson.
Literally, it was a Stone Island throw.
We were in the Viagra Triangle, which like I found out. I asked you what it meant, and you're like, I have no idea. And I even like Googled it, and like it was like you ever go on Urban Dictionary, and it's like clearly some white guys over explaining a thing, and you're like, so wait, what does this slang mean? A bunch of the Chicago heads later told me that it's just is old guys, Viagra guys, just trying to fuck eligible young bachelorettes, which I respect.
The guy to girl ratio in like every chop house we're in felt like a fucking throwing fits event.
It was tilted. The scale was tilted to dick.
Also, this area was definitely like the highest steak and chop house per capita in the country.
You compared it to like staying in Fide, but then there was
That's what it
also,
felt like.
but then also a little like Soho, more like Madison Ave, because it's like, all right, all the chop houses, Prada store, Arc'teryx store, Hermes store, whatever. I kind of liked it. You could walk and like,
Yeah, it was
there
walkable. It was
shit
fine.
around
It was
there.
fine. I mean, there's one
Dense
more.
and walkable.
Yeah, felt like a real city. Whatever. It was like high rises, but I mean, Chicago's beautiful. The architecture. We'll give Chicago its flowers towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
We go to Gibson's, which again is literally like 400 feet away. We're like, hey, can we sit down early? They're like, yeah, you can sit in the dining table or just like first come first serve at the bar. We go in there. We're the youngest people in there by like 40 years.
At least. Which is how you know it's fucking good, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. There's businessmen there just fucking taking down chops and cuts like by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The two women, the only two like women that I think weren't like married or with their spouses were sitting at the bar, and we took their seats, and some old fuck had been like trying to flirt with them.
Yeah.
And then some dude on his left, I don't know if you heard this, but he's like, oh, sorry, pal. Now you got the guys in T-shirts and hats sitting next to you.
Oh, no.
He's like, the fuck?
That's rude. Who said that? Another patron?
It was not the dude sitting next to us that recommended the Chicago cut, but the guy on his left.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not like a 40-year-old cougar looking to score a fucking Viagra user.
Some Viagra money.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of Gibson's?
All right.
Classic institution that Chris Storr
Yes.
recommended first and foremost. He's like, if you're looking for the classic Chicago steakhouse, that's
the place to go. My only real point of reference is it as a almost like its own character on The League. I don't know if you ever like were tapped in, but
No, I didn't watch the fantasy football show.
one guy actually, there's two funny exit surveys that just hit. I know you don't check. One goes, I was out as soon as they started talking fantasy football.
There you go.
And then another one, which like I kind of get, especially since we're going to be talking about like doing supermarket sweepstakes at the, in the Stone Island basement. But the guy was like, why am I paying these rich cunts? Fuck these guys. Probably a British dude. So sorry, sorry you're not going to hear the housekeeping because we're going to be in your country.
I was going to buy you a lager, you fucking toothless fuck.
We're coming through to celebrate the new conservative Indian prime minister, bro.
Shout out
Rishi, the only Rishi. Well, actually, the Rishi we don't acknowledge.
The only Rishi that doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So
the reverse colonization of England has begun.
Yeah. So normally, like, and I know, like, I mean, maybe you thought The League was like corny. I liked it. It is like a pretty funny show. But if it's a steakhouse that gets mentioned enough on a show like that, like to me, it might be like overhyped. I legitimately had the fucking time of my life and probably my favorite meal and just hang that we had in Chicago. I fucking loved it, dude.
Yeah, fresh off the plane. Shout out Paulie, the bartender. He was just immediately just like the nicest, like a real tough looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like
every bartender was bald.
Yeah, you had to
chrome
have a chrome dome to work at
It was
Gibson's.
ridiculous, dude. When we came back even the other day, when we were with Nick Grant to just like, because we had some time to kill, we're like we're like, is he here? It's just like 5 dudes facing like away from the bar and they're all bald. Like which ones? You just take a gamble. It's like a whack-a-mole, dude.
Five Mr. Cleans.
Yeah.
Five circumcised dicks. But yeah, he was Irish.
Classic Irish bartender. He's
like,
boy.
What's your names?
Yeah.
Jimmy, Larry. Nice to meet you, Paulie.
Oh, he was asking. He was taking. He's like, "What's your podcast?" He took like notes down on like a bar napkin.
I drive an hour each way. What's your podcast name?
That guy fucking rocked, dude.
Bro, and he made we fucked up the martini order, but mine was still good. He poured a mean glass of Sangiovese.
Yeah, and he also like helped. It's like what you talk about. It's like you go into a new city, even like more so like in Europe, overseas. You ask the shop boys, where do I go? Where do I eat? Where do I drink? Where's the best coffee? Whatever. Bartenders are kind of like that as well. And like this guy was giving us fucking great intel and then like helping navigate the menu because it's like, no, you need to get the Chicago cut.
Yeah.
Like fucking steak.
Get garlic in the mash.
Yeah, get the garlic, which by the way, I've never seen that
so
where it's
good.
like that.
Where it's like minced on top.
Minced.
Yeah,
was it fried? But it was like minced on top. And then I gotta say, dude, in terms of I'm a cream spinach guy. If it's available at a steakhouse, which fucking hopefully it is. I'm always gonna get it. It's the best cream spinach I've ever had.
Call this man olive oil because he's creaming that spinach.
Dude, gold medal in the cream spinach Olympics. I told a lot of people that. I absolutely stand by it. It was fucking fire.
It was fire. Cream spinach is a goat side, and this was definitely like up there. And then the steak was phenomenal. Just great vibes. Watching the Yankees lose.
Told you they were gonna get swept, dude. Get those brooms out, boys.
And I was like, yo, sorry to be the asshole New Yorker, but could we get the Yankee game up here? He's like, yeah, TBS. Like, yeah.
And then Paulie kind of helped, get our target set on. We made a new friend.
Oh, well, he's like, you boys, Your boy's like Ric Flair. I'm like,
Flair.
woo. How do you do woo in an Irish accent?
I don't know.
He's
dude.
like, Ric Flair's over there. This is his spot whenever he's in town. I guess like I looked at his story. He had a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Of
course
like
he
Ric
did.
Flair, and we were pretty fucked up at this
Yeah,
point.
we
not
were.
gonna lie.
We were drunk.
And we texted Caleb from Barstool. Who
Yeah.
got back to us an hour ago. Thanks,
Yeah.
Caleb. And Joe the Puma.
Yeah, who's just a big wrestling fan.
Well, Ric Flair was on sneaker shopping.
He was.
Yeah.
I know he was on Sunday
Come on,
Conversation. But anyway,
Yes.
okay.
And both times like, yo, Ric Flair's here. How do we approach him? And
What's the
Joe
approach?
and Caleb again didn't text us. He's like, oh, sorry boys, I was fucking with Hezbollah until yesterday. Joe's like, say you're a huge wrestling fan and like be cordial and be polite.
just
and,
be-
like,
just
and
be
it's
chill
like,
about
oh, duh.
Yeah.
I was like, Ric Flair. He didn't answer.
Well,
I
at
was like,
first I was like, yo, because you were like, we got to take a pic. And I was like, I don't want, the bar's very crowded. He was seemingly like alone.
he was sitting
at
by
a
himself. He
tabletop.
was sitting by himself, but he had to deal with other idiots coming up. Because like, if you're Ric Flair, I think that a steakhouse in Chicago is
Oh, bro.
probably where you have like your biggest fan demo.
100%.
Right?
Especially at like that age demographic.
Or
too,
like
with
a
all
like a
older
strip
people.
club in Atlanta, you know?
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, or in Black Hollywood.
Yeah.
Were the younger dudes behind him that like also were hovering when we got our flick, were they like his handlers, like part of his team?
No, he was by
They were just
himself.
like other boys.
He's by himself. And yeah, he was eating by himself. You thought he was brain dead. I thought he
Well,
was
We should.
just a sad jester.
Well, before we even go, the other great piece of information that Paulie gave us was Ric Flair's drink of choice, which I will allow you to disseminate to the good folks at home.
Ric Flair's drink of choice, whether at
absurd.
the Gibson or, jet flying, limousine
Across the
riding.
globe,
Yeah, diamond shining, whatever. The jet setting,
the
poker
limousine
betting.
riding,
Yeah.
jet plane flying.
Yeah. The Italian car bomb, which is what we call it. Pinot Noir and Red Bull.
Mixed?
Which is disgusting.
That is absurd, dude.
Like-
it's the only thing that could replicate the side effects of cocaine.
Exactly. I mean, this man is like a sextuple, like bypass
I
surgery.
know, dude.
And he's at a fucking steakhouse drinking Red Bull and wine.
Crazy.
This
Yeah, no, we were dying laughing.
man has a death wish.
We were blown away. But yeah, we went up to him immediately because we were a little sauced. We introduced ourselves, and you're like, bro, I loved you on sneaker shopping. Then I was like, I loved you on Sunday Conversation. And he's just like, he didn't really, because again, it happens all the time. He didn't really have much to say. He
was just like,
yeah, thank you.
I mean, okay. In your estimation, he just has CTE out the fucking
Cobweb.
ass.
Well, you were like, even in wrestler years, he's like 8,000 years old.
No,
he's
in
Jurassic.
cocaine years.
Yeah. He's Cretaceous.
He's 1 million years old.
Yeah.
He's the age of the Earth's core.
Yeah.
And I thought though that he was more like used to playing sad jester.
A
where
little
he's just like fucking eating a steak, just like by himself.
Literally Mickey Rourke in the
He
wrestler.
sees assholes come up, and he has to like turn it on. He's like, "Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? How you doing?" And then takes a picture. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, he just has that go-to pose.
ugh.
And we wooed on it. We had to woo on him.
We
on
we
him.
wooed on Rick.
Yeah.
We wooed on Nature Boy.
Go woo on a bitch. It was sick though, and it's funny too because then like I don't know about
and then
you.
and then immediately after he took the pic, he's like, "All right, bye."
Yeah.
Which is like fair. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
he
like,
knew
"Get
what
outta
we
here."
wanted. Like, all we want is a fucking pic. We don't want to hang with him.
Yeah, he-
drink some Pinot Noir and Red Bull.
I will say like in terms of like the Ric Flair drip, he like lived up to everything. He was totally iced out, multiple diamond chains, obviously gold rolly, a bunch of rings, in like a terrible sport coat. Like he
Yeah.
looked awesome.
Yeah.
Or exactly how you want Ric Flair to look for
Yeah.
sure.
He
Not
don't-
in a
he also, like,
tracksuit or something.
In a photo, like 8,000 years come off his face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When he's sitting there by himself, just like trying to like, masticate steak, it's not, and he can't.
Yeah.
And he's probably suffering a heart attack, like as
Yeah.
as
He's
we're
having a
watching him
stroke.
eat his fucking drink his Red Bull.
The Gibson lighting didn't do any of us any favors. You look like you have a straight up fucking smoke ring goatee.
Yeah, just a mouth hair circle.
Yeah. But it was, a lot of people hit me up and like, yo, potting with Ric Flair. And I was like, no, we just took a pic. But I'm also like, could he? I get going
No.
on sneaker shopping, editing. I get going on Sunday Conversation. You just laugh at Caleb and again editing.
And
If you-
whoa.
Yeah, can you come on? He couldn't physically do a podcast.
No.
I would say.
No, I don't think he could hold his mic up.
No, not at all. But that was awesome. And then I think we went back.
Pinot
To,
Noir and Red Bull.
yeah, I mean,
Well, also we discovered.
also if anyone at home, do not try this at home. I don't think you should. That's can't be good. Or is it good?
So red wine and Coca-Cola is a thing in Spain.
Yeah.
I don't think that Ric Flair like got this in his like cultural travels. I think he's just like I
In
want to get drunk.
Barcelona.
I want to get drunk and I want to not fall asleep at the table and just like have like TMZ photos of like him like
Passed
like,
out in a steak.
drowning in his soup.
in a side of cream spinach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then the other notable thing happened is that I think I took, in terms of taking a number 2, a dookie in public, I think I unlocked the perfect shit in public. Now, obviously, no shit is ever going to be good as at home, like with your bidet or with like whatever book you're reading or whatever setup and candles you got. But in terms of a public shit, I think I fucking unlocked the swag on this, dude.
What are your
Okay,
secrets?
so basically, it needs to be at a nice restaurant. So first of all, again, shout out Gibson for the 100th time. But it's a nice restaurant, so you already know like the situation is going to be on point. Then it's a bathroom attendant bathroom that the attendant has taken a $5.
Okay, because he saw you coming.
So
He's like, this man has been eating Chicago cutting cream
He
spinach.
wasn't there when I showed up, but it was a handicap stall, and then exiting to an empty attendant bathroom where then I could floss and mouthwash and get my
At your leisure.
Oh, at my leisure, dude, before then coming back to a freshly ordered fucking Budweiser at the bar.
Yeah,
It
ice
was
cold.
truly the perfect, and honestly, cost me nothing.
Yeah. Well, you're not a big you're not even a big tipper. You're not a tipper.
I did, not that we're going to like get too much into it, but with the situation we were after at Rick's, I kind of overcompensated because then I felt bad that I kind of took his earnings with the phantom attendant and then gave them to the strip club attendant Gremlin.
But now that you're a rich guy, congrats on goat copping grilled.
Okay.
Now that you're a rich guy, like I feel like you could start tipping now. Like
No.
at the on the last day, I was like, oh yeah, I left a big tip because it was like my room was a mess.
Yeah,
and you're like, how do you tip house cleaning? I was like, what? You leave money
That's
there.
embarrassing. Yeah. Also, to be clear, I never carry cash because of the previous couple night situation. We had some singles on us. At that moment, I had no cash at Gibson's because we had just landed. So
When you know you're going to stay at a hotel, here's what you do. When you know you're going to stay at a hotel, go to the ATM before you fly out. Go to your home ATM.
Did you do that? You always carry cash. You always have cash.
Yeah,
though.
but I went to the ATM. I got $20. I made sure to break it on like a Diet Coke at the bar so that I had singles.
You did that deliberately ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out to you.
You got to tip the house
I
cleaning.
could be. I mean, that's
Especially when you're on Do Not Disturb mode.
yeah. I guess the people that know me best, you and Jenna, they're always like, you are like low key, like just being polite and gracious doesn't actually make you not rude. And I don't know if it, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Shout out to working class. I'm gonna do better.
I am envious though that you got to experience non-Thompson hotel toilet paper at
my God,
Gibson's. So okay, real quick on the Thompson Chicago, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was great for the most.
Location was kind of iffy, but like all the hotels in Chicago, except for like maybe like one hipster ass boutique hotel in like Pilsen or whatever, or Lincoln Park, were all in like this like it was like Battery Park City. It felt like.
I will say though, I feel like we were the only like stone VIPs that didn't stay at the Viceroy, which makes me think that maybe the Viceroy was option 1A and we had 1B.
Yeah, well,
we just booked our own travel.
Yeah, Thompson was just closer.
Yeah.
Viceroy had the better restaurant in the lobby for sure.
Without a doubt, that meal was pretty good.
Thompson was full.
If not wet.
Thompson was full of fucking idiotic white people.
Well, it was a bunch of weddings. There's a ton of weddings.
Bunch of people there for college football. Like I was out one morning getting coffee at like 8 a.m. and people were in like UNLV hats, and I guess there was like a Notre Dame game or something. Notre Dame. The quarterback at Notre Dame.
There was a Notre Dame game.
The quarterback at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and they're like
hunchback at halfback.
They're like chirping fight songs on the street.
That's,
Like
I mean, that's kind of like. There's places in New York where you're gonna like get that same vibe.
Yeah, like Murray Hill and shit. Anyways, that's where we were.
At Brother Jimmy's.
And the room
no relation.
The room was big. I think Brother Jimmy's is done.
Yeah, I think it is done. I think it's pandemic casualty. R.I.P.
Big rip. Well,
R.I.P. to all the mom and pop businesses.
Yeah. The toilet paper, at the Thompson.
We gotta talk about this.
This toilet paper felt like it was what they used in like World War I. Like it was World War I trench era toilet paper. And brother, it was not all quiet on the Western Front.
It was a texture of a time gone by. It felt purposely bad.
And due to our diets, we was shitting.
I know, dude. It was the absolute. It's my one complaint, and yet it is a huge complaint because of how we were eating, because of our lifestyle for that 72 hours. It was the absolute. It felt like we were being punished.
Hey, for all my finance heads out there, you know a recession is coming when a 4-star hotel has 1-star toilet paper,
bro. Not
when
even
they start cutting back on the essentials.
one ply,
fucking
terrible
buy
texture.
buy bonds,
bro.
buy bonds.
It was so noticeable that like we both brought it up to each other and we're like, we have to put them on blast.
Yeah, my asshole felt like it was fighting in World War I.
Thompson, do better. Great rooms. Everything else was great. Staff was great. No complaints besides the fact that was truly the worst toilet paper ever known to man. It's ridiculous. Enough that it warranted 5 minutes on the pod. Yeah. What the fuck, guys?
It was noticeably horrendous.
Jesus Christ.
It was a holocaust in my taint and asshole.
Yeah, dude.
God damn.
All right, that was so that's Thursday. Was that no? That's
that
Wednesday.
Was Wednesday.
When was before?
That was before anything. Thursday we woke up early. I got a.
We had the pod.
I got a veggie breakfast wrap. Okay, my one thing that I'll say about all the food in Chicago is that everything's wet, bro. Like, except for the steak, which was obviously like seared and charred to perfection.
But it was fatty and drippy and
Oh
delicious.
yeah, super juicy.
By
cream
design.
spinach, great mash. Like I woke up early Thursday, went out and got coffee, and Thursday I ordered room service and it took a fucking hour and a half to get. That's the other thing.
Oh, another complaint,
Thompson.
right? That took
two
a little.
complaints.
And you ordered just like coffee and breakfast.
I ordered yogurt parfait and coffee. So it's like are they churning the yogurt? Like are they milking the cow? Like you just put berries and granola on a fucking thing of
I
yogurt.
had to wait for the berries to bloom, dude. That's really funny. Yeah, that should not take an hour.
It was good
anyway.
though. Yeah, and then
Wait, what about your wet breakfast burrito? Where are we going with that?
Oh, Thursday and Friday and Saturday I got a veggie breakfast burrito, and it was like there was like a heavy tzatziki sauce, and like there were other meals where obviously we got an Italian beef.
We both had a wet salad.
Italian beef wet. We got a salad, charred gem salad. The amount of creamy Parmesan dressing on here, I was like scraping it off. It was like glopped on.
I'm a big I love. Honestly, I'll take overdressed versus underdressed every time.
Sure.
That was overdressed, but I wasn't
This
mad
was
at
like
it.
before we actually potted, so I was like, I need a light dinner. So I want to get steak tartare, which came with like a white gravy on it, and a fucking charred gem salad, which came with a Parmesan cream just doused. Like it was heavy.
Yeah, I will say,
heavy to lift.
I really enjoyed that food, and there's no way that I could eat like that. Like I definitely gained 5 pounds in 3 days, if not more. But for me, it's just everything is so fucking hearty. It's exactly what you come to expect from the Midwest.
And again, it was like we were staying in a certain area where like we had to eat at restaurants that were like right there, and it was in like Fide, Murray Hill, whatever.
And we were seeking out local cuisine that is like it's emblematic of this style.
The Chicago food that you have to get is one of them is an Italian beef, and that's what we did Thursday after potting in an empty skate park.
Yeah, that was sick.
Vans, shout out Vans, shout out Scuba Steve, bro.
Yeah, shout out Scuba Steve. Safe
keep
travels.
Keep your head up in Long Beach.
Yeah, dude. Congrats on the move, Scuba.
So Maddie Matheson told us to go to Johnny's, like char-broiled beef and sausages, and that was the plan.
Yeah.
But it was like way the fuck.
It was like a half an
in
hour
like
ride.
Elmwood or Oak Park or some shit.
Have you had an Italian, like one of these wet Italian beefs before?
No.
Same. So
I never really heard about it until the bear.
Right. So for me, what I would say is like, and I think this is the mindset where it's like, we just need to have one. We don't need to, and of course, listen, shout out Maddie. Thank you for the rec. Of course, you want to have like a great one, but like for me, and I know that people from Chicago are probably going to kill us for all the takes on this podcast, but it's like we don't need to go to the one a half an hour away when we can like go to one closer.
Yeah, and also
type of vibe.
And also, I think Italian beefs, and it sounds like there's so much pride around it. Like you ask 10 people what the best Italian beef is, you get 10 different answers.
Exactly. So
it's
how
like
will you ever know?
The recs are coming fast and furious. So we just asked the guy we potted with, Chicago native, Chicago legend. And he was like, "Yo, go to Mr. Beef."
Yeah,
we pulled up to Mr. Beef. We're like, "Yo, this is where
the
fucking bear was.
Yeah.
Why did Chris Storer or Coop or Maddie tell us to go here?"
Yeah.
It was like what? It was crazy seeing like the fucking Mr. Beef sign.
Yeah.
The alley where the cousin was like selling coke out of.
Yeah.
The fucking stoop where they like brawled with the mobsters
with the incels for the arcade tournament.
Yeah, dude. And
it was like empty kind of.
So we got it was like 1:30 or 2. It was late. It was at like 2:30. So it was an off lunch hour. We got 2 Italian beefs,
extra wet,
hot and sweet,
peppers, no cheese, nothing. We didn't get them dipped though. It was just extra juicy.
Yeah, no cheese. You couldn't get Jardiniere or whatever the fuck.
Jardiniere.
Yeah. Probably best for
dude
the toilet paper.
I will say, I thought it was. I mean, we both scarfed them down. We were hungry after fucking potting, but like I thought it was really. That's the other thing. Some people hit me up. Oh, you going there, whatever, and I'm like, yo, it's fucking good. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you a beef sandwich guy?
Not really.
Me neither.
Not really.
I don't really fuck with
I like turkey on a sandwich.
Yeah, I don't if given like the
or Italian meats.
Yeah, at a normal like
Cold
chicken,
cuts.
like at a normal sandwich establishment, I do not gravitate towards like the beef,
Like a
at
roast
all.
beef or anything. Yeah.
never.
No.
This was fantastic and
sloppy.
so greasy,
Dude, out of control, bro.
The countertop, someone thought it was marble.
Yeah,
after
some
we were
guy's
done
like,
with
yo,
it.
I thought you were eating at a marble countertop. He's like, oh, no, that's just the fucking or just the juices, all of the juices that amalgamated, that busted out the fucking bussy of that sandwich.
Bro, it was so good.
I fucking thought it was, well, we were like, yo, we could put down 2 of these, and then you went back and got a Chicago dog.
I got a Chicago glizzy because I was like, let me get a dog. And I'm like, do you do it Chicago style? Which is, when I do hot dogs at home and do like make it a bit of a production, it's not just like ketchup, mustard, whatever.
With the Fixins bar.
With fixins,
Yeah.
all the fixins. And in Chicago salad, so it's like tomato, pickle, small hot peppers, diced onion, mustard,
Yep.
and like a relish.
You said that was maybe left, what you had at Mr. Beef was left a little to be desired. That dog.
Yeah, it was a little too mustard heavy and like a fucking spicy mustard. Not that I'm not anti-spicy mustard,
Right.
but the heat was just like too much.
It overpowered the other flavors that you were trying
Yeah,
to
I
tap
couldn't
into.
get like the relish, and maybe it was like hot peppers on it. I don't fucking know. Also, the relish was like neon blue.
Blue?
Yeah,
That's like Breaking Bad meth.
yeah, yeah. I had that ice. I had
Yeah,
that Walter
dude.
White, that Heisenberg on the glizzy.
Yeah. But it was great. I honestly, like, it was cool to be there. Everyone was talking. Everyone that was there in
Yo.
that late lunch crowd was like, yo, when is the show filming? What's the plan? Like, do you guys have to close? And I guess, I don't know, this guy's telling everyone, but apparently they're filming in February. So
Yeah. And
season
this guy
2
was like-
on fucking deck. I guess Chris said that on pod, but
Yeah.
yeah.
This guy was like, he sounded like, yeah, I get to go on vacation. Like we shut down. I get to leave Chicago in February
Yeah.
because we're getting paid by fucking Hulu, by Joe Coscarelli's girlfriend or fiance.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, bitch looked like she worked at Hulu.
Yo, bitch must work at Hulu.
Diss of the year.
And
Observation
and
of
then
the year,
I was
actually.
texting with Chris. I was texting with Chris, and I was like, "Yo, like so fire."
Yeah.
This guy's like, giving love to the show, talking. He's like, "Oh, that's Jason," and I'm like, "Oh." When I went to get my dog here outside smoking, I was like, "Oh, Chris, what's up?" He says, "What up?" "Oh, Chris Store," and I'm like, "Yeah."
That
But
kid's
in a,
put my kid through college.
in a way where I was like, "Is he about to talk shit? Is he about to like fucking roast Chris Store?" And he's like, "Yo, that's my guy.
That's my dude.
That's my fucking guy."
Yo, shout out Mr. Beef, man. I mean, honestly, man, shit
What a name.
slapped, bro.
Yeah, what a name.
Love those peppers. Honestly, going sweet and hot little combo, I thought really fucking
Oh, you always
hit.
go sweet and hot.
Oh, yeah? Always
I love pickled peppers, so I
Same.
always fucking
Same.
max it out.
I guess if I had to choose, I'd go hot over sweet, but I like the combo for sure.
Yeah. Then we went to Notre.
Bro, I mean,
The Notre Dame.
yeah. I was really blown away. Like, I had almost a visceral reaction to how beautiful the store is.
This was a store where it's like we have to go here.
Yeah.
It's a destination shop. Never been there. We know they fuck with us. We know we fuck with them. Their Vans collabs are the
Classic,
the homie
iconic.
twos. The homie
Yeah.
twos are
To
legendary.
support the homie threes, dude.
Exactly. We have to go because like there aren't that many photos of it floating around. And what you see,
Yeah.
I didn't really know. You can't really wrap your head around what
It's
the
big.
store
It's
is.
big.
What the store is just by the photos that are
Yeah.
floating around.
Uh-huh.
It is beautiful, and
Sick,
I
dude.
gave it the highest compliment I could, which is that it feels like a Japanese store.
Yeah.
In that, like, it's not just like racks and clothes. Like, there's everything's spaced out.
Yep.
You can like walk around. You can
It's kind
wander
of like DSM
around.
where like certain brands like Kavempt has its own little fucking nook.
Everyone
and
has a
like
nook.
yeah, our
4S.
like
4S was over here.
Lagache's here. It was fucking fire, bro.
Yeah, it was really good.
And I think that's why, like, and there's other good stores in Chicago. Like, we were with our boy Nick Grant, and he's obviously from Iowa, and he's been to Chicago before. And he was like, "Yeah, I want to go to Sovereign to get like this. I want to try on this Issy joint." Obviously, there's a new fucking Stony store that's there. You have the obvious like the flagships, but in terms of third-party retailers, not to be a dickhead, Notre shits on everything here, mainly because it's a real estate issue. It's that
Exactly.
simple. You know?
And you were upset that we did not get recognized.
Why do you gotta do this? I could have, if you had held if I held a gun to your head and was like, "Yo, do you think someone is gonna be like, yo, what up, TF?" Yeah, you assume
It's Midwestern
No.
politeness.
Maybe they were letting us shop. We were browsing extensively.
We did show up in with a fucking backpack. I had a backpack.
Bro,
and we had a tote bag. We had Vans bags from Scuba Steve broke us off. So like we looked like fucking tourists.
Do you want the truth? Is that when I like flicked you up, what I thought was like a beautifully framed photo that shows off my boy. He's browsing. That shows off this beautiful architecture of the store. The main comment was like, "Why does Jimmy have a backpack?"
The main comment I got when I flicked you up was, Larry looks like a suburban dad who like took his kids on a field trip.
it was
to like the cool place, and he's just like waiting. He's waiting in the dad area.
Not to jump.
Because you were dressed like a cowboy.
Not to jump the timeline here, but we met our new boy Lincoln, who's fucking fantastic. The way that I met Lincoln is I was at the bar at the Stony opening later that night, like that soft opening for press and influencers and friends and family. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, your look is really interesting." And I was like, "All right." And he's like a cool black guy. I'm like, "Where are we going with this?" He goes, "It looks like you don't care." Like kind of in a pejorative way, the way I took it, he's like, "But like I know you do," and then we just became friends. But I was like,
"How did I look like you didn't care? You're dressed like a fucking
I don't know, well,
suburban midnight cowboy."
But a suburban dad, to your point, doesn't care what he wears. He's just on vacation.
It was
tucked. Larry was back to tucking. That's what it is.
It was suburban dad trying to look cool. That's what it was.
Yeah,
you were trying to be cool, dad.
If I had your backpack, I would have been a real fucking stereotype,
bro. I mean, it's all I brought.
That Patagonia backpack has been all over the fucking world, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You were like, why do you have a Caribbean airline sticker on your carry-on? I was like, last time I went to Chicago or something. Well, no, I mean, I was joking. I was like,
well, no, you just said that because it was like reflexive, but you meant, and I was like, wait, what? You're like, I mean, Jamaica.
Yeah.
I was like, why is Caribbean Airlines flying to Chicago, dude? I think you got caught up in the fucking homonyms.
Excitement of it. Okay, so then, Thursday night store opening, Stony. The store is objectively
fucking sick,
not being paid to say this.
No.
They paid for the other one, but they didn't pay for this.
This is free.
This is free. The store
you pay for it, people.
Yeah, the store is legitimately fire. And like the story behind it is really fucking cool, and it just makes the product pop. And it was a very.
We're gonna cover this when we release the Samir Pod, the live show we did, which was the next night. That'll be out tomorrow.
Yes,
and you can listen to the conversation.
And he and his team designed the store and built the store, and he belongs to the agency or creative solutions firm, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, AMO,
right?
Which is the partner of the architecture firm OMA, which is partnered by Rem Koolhaas.
Yeah,
which if you're smart, you know is a guy.
Yeah. The one thing that I found out from some of the Stone people, Joe, the president. Shout out Joe. What a fucking a real fucking Brooklyn guy. Used to work at Nike. Now he's at Stone. An old friend of the Rivettis apparently, but a fucking smart guy. What he told me that I thought was really interesting is this is going to be the blueprint moving forward of all the Stone stores, like globally. Like, I don't know. I guess they're going to reskin the old ones or like redo the old ones. And obviously they're opening up new ones like, all over the world. But he was like, a lot of people were surprised when, they found out that first one, Patient Zero, is going to be in Chicago. But he's like, yo, we have a great fucking market here. All these people need fucking jackets. Right. But like, if you look at Flicks or if you live in Chicago and you haven't been, like, check it out because this is what the Stone Island retail DNA is going to be now, like in the post-Montclair acquisition era, which is really interesting to me.
Right. Yeah. And they wanted like programming in the stores, make them more of like a gathering space, which is like kind of a trend in retail period, right? Where it's not like you're not just going to come in and shop, but they're going to do things to kind of like for like John's enthusiasts and to tap into the community. Obviously, one of them was just like Throwing Fits doing a live podcast.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like lip service coming from Stone because they're so fucking intentional. I mean, the funniest thing about that is that they would fucking book us, these fucking clowns. But ultimately, like, I do believe that they want to make their stores, they don't want retail to just be transactional, especially since all the transactional stuff is just, if it's not already, it's digital at this point. Right. So it's like, how can we make these... And what Samir told us, I hope I'm not putting anyone on blast because this didn't come up on the pod, but he was like, I look to Notre as like inspiration, where it becomes like an actual community hub for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Notre and speaking of the homies, Nick Grant came up. He he flew up from fucking Iowa.
He was offended when because he's like, that's like a 6-hour drive that with traffic could be like 9 hours. Like, traffic? We're like, he's like, yeah, people like make that drive from Des Moines to Chicago. We're like, for what? Like, what are you doing?
A Twista concert?
But but no, he flew in.
Shout out to Nick Grant, the fucking homie,
the boy.
Obviously put together was the guest on a classic Failing Upwards episode where the question that rings eternal is, what state fairs are you fucking with? Apparently, people still come up to him when they see him and notice him and ask him that question.
He hates it too. We're like, yo, that's flattery, bro.
I legitimately was like, are you the most influential men in like menswear, as we're calling it, in Des Moines, Iowa? Not like guys that are fucking promoting like fitness and like bullshit diets and like Suit Supply, and like and like Christian Girl Autumn,
but
shit.
Real head shit.
Like actually head shit. And he's like, nah, there's like vintage dudes. He's like, I'm out the game, but I still get, what state fairs are you fucking with?
But it's so funny seeing Nick, and we love Nick. Shout out Nick, what a good time. But like this idea that he truly, because he's a fucking father, he's a coach, he's about to be a big brother in the Big Brother program. He had to,
we'll see.
Fingers crossed. He had to.
They might, if his name comes up in this SEO, they might cancel that.
He had to dip for 2 hours. He's like, yeah, I gotta do my 4th screener for the Big Brother program.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they don't Google your fucking name and podcast, bro. Like, God forbid.
Should we title this episode "Pedophile Nick Grant"?
Just destroy his chances of helping a struggling youth.
Sex offender Nick Grant.
Yeah.
Boys only.
But the fact that he is out the game, it was awesome to have him like back in the shit like with us. It really, the way that I could best describe it, because this is a guy that like, again, he is a dad now. He doesn't work or even really freelance, I feel like, that much in menswear at all anymore. So it was cool to like just when I think him out, they pull me back in. But it really felt like bringing your like a roadie on the road. Like he was like he got all the perks from like chilling with us, like on every list. Access to every event. When we knew fucking Johns at Stone.
The free Johns. Hold on, I want to take credit for that because with the free Johns, it was like we got finessed to wear shit for free.
Of course,
or
we're talented.
Given shit to wear when we actually potted in the Stone store, and I was like, he's like, yo, you think like? I was like, say less, bro. We run this fucking city.
Oh, because he was like, I want to pay. He's like, yo, maybe I get.
We run this city.
He was ready to like, because I think his flight was miles, and then his boy works at whatever Hyatt Regency, the 3rd biggest hotel in America, apparently.
In the world, no?
No, he said in America.
Okay.
It was like MGM Grand something else.
Not to further complicate his application for the Big Brother program, but also the hub of gay prostitution in the Midwest.
Yes, that's right. But also, we were picking up every
Nick Grant staying at the gay prostitute capital of the heartland.
But like
sex offender,
also
pedophile.
we were so happy to see him. We hadn't seen him in so long, and like we're having such a good time. We're like picking up every check. We're being fucking gracious hosts. But I'm like,
but
he was willing to spend money on Jones because he's like, this trip has been free.
No, he wasn't. He was like,
yes, he was.
No, he was like, let me make serious intentions towards the cheaper one. But in the heart of hearts, he wanted the more expensive one, which I ended up getting for him. But also, he showed up to like meals and like wouldn't eat, or we take him to like, yo, we're gonna take you to the fucking Wiener Circle, which it's like a $3 hot dog.
But anyway, shout out Nick Grant, and it was great to see him out of his cage. I will say, when you're with fucking Nick Grant and you're in the Midwest and you walk past a white woman, breaking fucking necks, dude. You guys were a tall, handsome, light-skinned man. You guys wore, and I know that you're both married and off the leash. You guys were like, would not stop talking about. The one mid thing about the Midwest, I think, was like, I don't know, dude. You guys were just like, yo, you see that fatty? Yo, you see that yo, you see the pear on her? Like, what are you guys talking about? I think that he was in a turbo state where I think I was just, I wasn't playing along. I was enjoying myself for sure. My thing is this. It was so good to see him. I did also forget that when the three of us get together, it's just you press go and then it's a constant argument. Just like whatever trash take he has or whatever he thinks we're saying that's ridiculous or we fucking rib him. It was a throwback to when he used to come to New York. And honestly, bro, I was eating it up. I really enjoyed it. Distance truly made the heart grow fonder in that regard. And I had a great time. Yeah, shout out Nick. Really glad you came through. What was his worst take? Because he had a lot of them. Well, apparently his worst take was going to get him fucking killed by Chicago gang violence. By actually say it, yeah. His worst take was his sexual desire for children. That was his worst take. Stop, dude. No, it was the 10-year anniversary of Love. Oh, you're gonna air him out. You're gonna air him out. Yeah, we promised that we weren't gonna say this. No, what you're calling him a pedophile, bro? Every time that we were in a car, I was like, "Yo, we gotta play Keith. We gotta play King Von. We gotta play the Don't Like remix and skip the Big Sean verse. We have to celebrate the classics because we're in the Windy City." And Nick had to sit front because also he's 6'4", gigantic. So he always had to sit front of the Uber, and so he was always on aux, and it was always us badgering and being like, "Yo, put on Keith, put on fucking, put on Thoughtbreaker," and we were like, "Put on Love Sosa." And he's like, "No, fuck that song." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "I'm doing Love Sosa remix, bro. Yeah, it's a better beat." We're like, "What do you mean a better beat? Like it has more. Does it have a young chop on the beat? If not, then it's not a better beat." Yeah. And then his whole thing was that Love Sosa is not even that good. It's overrated. That Chief Keef is also overrated, and that he would prefer Mo Bamba and Bobby Shmurda, Hot Neighbor, in terms of anthems. Yeah, and Nick Grant, if Lawrence talking about your take gets you murdered in the cornfields of Iowa. I couldn't tell if he was joking or if he was like, "Yo, we can't talk about this. Like, it's actually gonna be hot for me in the morning." Like, what are you talking about, bro? He wasn't joking.
and now
Bro,
you're gonna
what
get
a-
him fucking yopped out in the
What
cornfields.
a fucking bozo, dude. Shout out Nick Grant. We love you, dude. What a time.
We were rolling around like the United Colors of Benetton.
Yeah, we looked great.
And another
3 Musketeers, dude.
another dude that was there from New York was Sage Elsesser, aka Navy Blue.
The boy?
Friend
of the show?
He when he introduced us to his fucking bestie, Lee McRae, photographer for Stussy, he goes, "Yo, meet these two perverts."
Yeah. Sage is great because he's such like a nice, humble guy, but he definitely does not respect us at all.
Well, no, I
Which
think
was
also
very
I
clear.
think he's very like low key and cool and like very like methodical and kind of this
Intentional.
like cool cat.
He's thoughtful.
But he also has he's also a bit of a silly Billy.
Yeah, he's funny as
But
fuck.
he's a fucking little rascal. I mean, he's just like laughing. He's fucking like running around. He had this at SoHo House. Soho. He had the zoomies. He was like bouncing around between tables. He might have had like too much sugar in the dessert. I don't know. He's a little fucking silly Billy, and
He's
I think
fun.
was like laughing around with us. He's like, "Yo, make sure you nut before you go
Oh, yeah.
do your live
That was
pod."
well, he gave us a lot of sage advice. No pun
And I
intended.
was like, "Oh, because you nut before you when Billy Strobeck fucking gets at the camcorder, you make sure you get one out before you do a part."
Before you throw down a hammer for your latest part. Yeah, it was I guess like, and it's also like very cool to like have him be like willing to introduce us to the cool crew that they were with, like whether it was Liam or fucking Avi Golden Oliver from Better Gift Shop, or fucking I guess we knew Ben already, but like Ben
Shout out
Edgar.
Ben.
Yeah, shout out fucking the mayor of the fucking city, Ben Edgar, and another guy who was instrumental in making the Notre Shop as beautiful as it was. But like, it is just funny for Sage to be like, these are two, literally like, these are the crazy perverts I podcasted with.
Which is awesome.
He was like, yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when Giovanni from CP, like our mutual friend, hit me up. He's like, I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah. And how we're I mean, that if crazy pervert is on my tombstone,
Yeah, I guess there could be worse ways to be introduced.
if fucking Oblock comes down to New York and kills me because of Nick Grant's take, like what a legacy, bro.
yeah.
All right, so we did the Stone Island store opening and the
Yeah.
after party, and we were still hungry, and we still had Chicago Glizzies on the mind. And originally we were gonna go to Red Hot Ranch. That was a name that kept coming up over and over and over. And again, some people were like, fuck that. Like, you gotta go to this place. You gotta go
Again,
to that
no
place.
one can agree on anything here. It's so annoying.
We went to the Wiener Circle because it was very well. First
Is that a pun on the winner's circle?
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
First, we tried to go to Pequod's.
Oh,
right?
no, what a brick.
Which Nick was like, "This is when I'm in Chicago. This is a must hit. Where they do pizza. They do an Italian beef pizza
Oh, dude.
with like beef,
peppers, and cheese, I guess. And it's just a pizza.
yeah, which sounds fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I was super pissed when we found out the wait was like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. So the Wiener Circle was very close by.
Across the street.
We make our way over there, and I had seen this place in an episode of Insomniac.
Or I
Dave
guess not.
Attell.
Did we have to take a car? Was it across the street? I don't remember.
It was very close.
Yeah.
I think it was like a bit of a walk.
You were familiar with this late night spot.
I'd seen this on Insomniac with David Tell, which is a classic show, which is slowly starting to make its way back into the
Best
mainstream
travel
via,
show of all time,
via TikTok.
not Bourdain.
via TikTok clips. If TikTok is still around after Merrick Garland fucking double agented the PRC. Yeah, great, best GOAT non-Bourdain travel show.
Yeah, 100%. We agree there.
And this was like
Shout out
in the
David Tell.
2000s, and it's the spot where, if you're not familiar, you show up and the people behind the cash register are very like confrontational.
It's a
and
roast.
aggressive, and they roast you, but they're also having mad fun. The energy's crazy. Lori Lightfoot, the fucking debacled mayor of Chicago, was in there, and I guess she's gay and has a partner, and she was in there with a partner. And the one behind the counter was like, "Yo, she got a big dick."
The woman is crazy. She's an emotional Nick Grant and I. It's very funny, but like, and we'll get into the roast that she had. But like, as someone who kind of walked away, relatively unscathed, you didn't like the emotional terrorism that this woman inflicts. Like, there's literally a wall of shame for people that, and I would imagine drunk, corn-fed, dumbass frat boys who don't know how to react and like try to give it back. They get your ass on the fucking wall of shame.
Well,
dude.
she and the rest of the staff, and it's not just her, but I think the woman that was there was like in like other clips on IG that I was seeing. She's like the MC.
Yes.
And I think you can start to give it back, but it gets real fucking weird and dicey almost instantly.
Yeah.
And in the David Tell Insomniac clip, I remember like people were kind of like joking back, but still understanding that like they are the roast master.
Yes.
You're still a fucking peon and a serf.
Exactly. You're
there
the
to just
peanut
like
gallery.
munch on some glizzies.
Right.
There was like, it was a Thursday night, relatively early,
Yeah, it
like
was pretty dead.
11-ish. So it was pretty dead. There's a group of like hipster ass like students in there. They were kind of like getting it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we stumble in there immediately. Nick Grant, who is a light-skinned motherfucker, he's lacking in melanin, was called a Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah,
because of
Shock
the
G, a light-skinned motherfucker.
I'll do the Humpty. I'll do the Humpty.
He got fucking got right off rip.
Exactly. And he was just like, motherfucker. And
Yeah.
like, I didn't really understand the reference until he like explained it later, but
Yeah.
he immediately was like, oh, god damn it. You
Yeah,
fucking got
I
me.
just remember dying laughing, and then I went up. To
Him just getting called Dumpty was mad funny to me.
And then so he went up to he went up and ordered his fucking burger, and he got fucking flambéed and sautéed, much like the fucking
burger
charbroiled
itself.
patties. Yeah, and then I went up and I was in my camo metalwood hat. She goes, "Get the fuck out of my face, American Sniper," which was fucking awesome. And then
I thought she called you Fat Bradley Cooper. I was
no,
wrong.
that's just you projecting and being a very mean and
I
rude
think
friend.
I'm Fat Bradley Cooper.
No, you projecting your true feelings about me.
You're a size 33.
Yeah, and you know what? That's down from last year, baby. But then I guess like I was laughing at that, and I don't know if I might have said something about it being like weirdly like racial. But then she kind of clarified and was like, "No, I like Bradley Cooper," and I was like, "All right, well, I wasn't like trying to see where this was going." But
Why must you call me a white man?
I was.
No, I like Bradley Cooper. Don't worry about it.
One fucking flick of the tongue away from the wall of shame. But you, after I then got roasted, you got complimented.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you.
She immediately was like,
relay.
she immediately got all coy. She was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh hi, can I get one Chicago style dog?" And she's like, "Get your
We got charred Polishes.
okay, but like Chicago style, like,
Mhm.
the works. Get your gorgeous hazel eyes out of here before I slap this pussy on your face."
It's like, what the fuck?
I was like, "Thank you for that sexual harassment."
She's trying to again, sexy Jimmy sexually harassed everywhere he goes. And then also, you have said this to me before that black women love you. And I guess I could have either
They love the mixed raceness.
Right.
They love black dudes with a little Asian in them.
Yeah.
Hugely popular. Look at fucking Tyrese.
Well, I was gonna say, I think black women look at you and their womb starts fucking vibrating on creating a beautiful
The next Tiger
Blasian
Woods?
master race, you know? And yeah, so anyway,
It feels good now in high school when black girls come up to me and be like, "Yo, look at his eyes." That was
Yeah.
a little weird. But now when I get like complimented by the hot dog lady, that feels nice.
Yeah. Now as a 36-year-old, that's like as the best it's gonna get. But I guess I could have in the past. I've just taken that at face value, or
Now you believe me.
or assumed you were capping. I now 1,000% believe it, because the only thing that could get her to stop her absolute masterclass in speaking of American Slavery, but just headshot snipe roast was your fucking beautiful set of
she
peepers,
kept
dude.
batting her eyes at me. She was like, "You want some cheese sauce on that for free?" I'm like, "No." Oh, okay. The other thing this place is famous for are chocolate shakes.
Yes, please explain.
And this was told to me. People were like, "Yo, go tip big and order a chocolate shake," and I was like, "Haha," and I was like, "I don't want a chocolate shake."
Yeah, I don't like sweets.
We didn't buy one. We didn't purchase one.
Did you know? Did you figure it out? Or
it was in the back of my head, so maybe someone had mentioned it, but I was like, "There's no fucking way that's true, and there's no way that it's gonna happen like this dead ass Thursday night." Somebody tipped big and must have asked for a chocolate shake because all of a sudden the lights start flicking on and off.
Yeah.
like it's showtime, motherfucker.
Mhm.
And she lifts up her shirt, tits out. And just
Titties
starts
out.
fucking jumping up and down
Woo!
with the lights going. The fucking short order fry chef is like going crazy on the grill. He's loving it. He's like banging around with the fucking
dinner and a
spatula.
show, baby.
Bro.
It was a lot.
Saw some titties. So yeah, Wiener Circle chocolate shake. I
Yeah.
guess that's just what happens.
Pocket that for the next time you're fucking drunk and in the area. I will say that unlike Gibson's, which was like the perfect steakhouse meal, and the Italian beef at Mr. Beef, which is exactly what I wanted it to be, I was actually pleasantly surprised because everyone's like, "Yo, that you go for the you go for the show, right?"
Yeah.
No one is like saying that this is that great.
Well, I think
of
this
a
place is so
meal.
old that food wise it might have been like the spot, and I'm sure it still gets
Yeah.
fucking litty on like a proper like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it's not supposed to be. You don't go for the
the
dogs.
food, right?
It was still good because like again,
I
think
liked it.
Chicago dogs are still a novelty to us, and this, unlike what Mr. Beef, this is like the Chicago dog where it had like the tomatoes, pickles,
The whole
hot
spread.
peppers,
Mhm.
relish, hot mustard.
You're basically in a salad. That's like a cuisine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really do the voice or anything. I really like the bun. I
Did a
like-
Woody What are you, fucking Alan, bro?
I'm eating a salad. Eating a fucking salad. No, I like the bun. I thought it was really fucking good. I fucking scarfed that shit. I liked it a lot.
I wish you got two, but I was kept getting sexually harassed. I went in to ask for some napkins, and she's like, I just fucking beautiful eyes before I put this pussy on your face.
You just literally spit on me.
Just like I put this pussy on your face.
I think at a certain point you were like, legit, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nick Grant, his burger with cheddar cheese sauce.
I had to tell you,
cheddar fries. They were so bad.
Well, you ordered the cheddar. You ordered the cheese sauce on the fries
for the group, but yes,
but
it was my fault.
I hate cheese sauce because after 15 seconds when it coagulates, not good anymore, and you're just getting hard cheese.
Rip.
Cheddar cheese on the burger, yeah, that was a brick, but you would not leave him alone to the point where I was like, yo, stop making fun of him.
So you gotta go to American, bro. What are you doing? He
had
like 2 bites and was like, I fucked up. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, but and then I felt bad for him because he didn't have a burger and he was still hungry, and you just were like savagely attacking him. And I was like, bro, the other time I told you to stop was when you. Never mind, I'm not gonna say.
Wait, what?
I'm not gonna say.
Is it that bad? What are you talking about?
I don't think I should say. Should I say it?
I don't. Well, now I'm. Okay, maybe don't say it then. Now you got me.
It was the same night. I had to tell you to stop making fun of him on 2 separate occasions. The first time was when we went back to Gibson's. Do you remember this?
Back to Gibson's.
And we had a quick drink between the store opening and the after party.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Tell me off mic. I feel like I'm walking into a fucking trap, dude.
No, I think it's not that bad. He was just talking about how he and his wife eventually got together and she was dating somebody. And you were like, let me ask you this, let me ask you this, let me ask you this.
This is fine,
Let me ask you this. What was the race of the boyfriend? I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why are you bringing, like, why are you making it racial? And I was right, because
I knew it was some bitch-ass white guy.
And I was like, you're basically asking if she only dates black guys.
Yeah, in a,
and which is then being like, that's just weird. That's just weird, Lawrence. You don't need to.
And the best part,
you don't need to ask about his wife.
The best part, the best part was, and again, everything with the three of us is just is straight fucking contact sports. It's combat. You were like you were offended, and he was like, no, I get it. Like I understand what he's saying. And he was fine with it.
I was like, you're asking if his wife has jungle fever.
No,
I fucked up, and I said, you're asking if his wife has yellow fever, and you're like, no, jungle fever.
No,
like, yeah, that
I'm not talking about you, motherfucker. No, that's fine. You could have said that. I thought it was about to be. I don't even know. I don't even know what it was about, like like flirting with the white chicks, like to see who could get the fucking table. And we're like, yo, you need to fucking work your magic, bro. These are your people. Like they fucking love you. Get us the table.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever.
You were flirting with them?
No, we were trying to get him to be like, yo, work your magic. Let's all sit together, but you got to ask because clearly you're the hottest man in the city.
I got asked to sit down? What?
No.
I asked it?
No. There was the table that we were all.
Oh, you wanted me to ask them?
No, I wanted Nick Grant to
okay.
do it. That's what I'm saying.
I
didn't know if that's what you're talking
But he didn't.
Because that was also racial. I'm like, yo, you are definitely their type, bro. Tall, handsome, light skin. Like, get us to do a little timeshare on this joint, but whatever.
Friday morning was basically spent just shitting out the wiener circle.
Yeah.
And making do with that toilet paper.
So bad.
Haunt my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I really would it be weird if I just traveled with a bidet?
Well, you could travel with your own toilet paper.
Not a bad idea. I had to do that when I was in India.
Oh, right.
Because toilet paper isn't at that point. Toilet paper
hadn't hit the streets yet. It's just your hand.
Wasn't like necessarily given.
Yeah, you could also like. You ever see like people? I mean, I guess this is more of like a wedding thing where like someone really needs something. But you can like Amazon Prime stuff to a hotel. You can like get seamless to an hotel. Like we could have gotten,
or just gone to a fucking Walgreens.
Yeah, or gone to when I was buying darts and exotic Red Bulls for the boys. I could have like picked up some fucking 2-ply. Jesus Christ,
what a haul.
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday, last full day. What were we for lunch? Oh, we ate at the shitty fucking
at the hotel. It was a
hotel. That was horrendous. That was the saltiest turkey club I've ever had in my life.
It was just terrible. That was.
Oh, and I asked for a salad. I was like, please, I need like raw vegetables. They served me fries.
Yeah.
I ate.
I'm sorry, sir.
And then I got the salad, and it was the most overdressed. Like that was inedible. It was so much Italian dressing. Like it was. My mouth was like puckering up like the fucking like the titties we saw the night before.
Instead of the windy city, it should be the fucking wettest city, bro. I mean, that's just they like their shit fucking. They like their slop fucking lubricated and ready to go down their gullet so they can make room for more shit. I respect it.
We pull up at Stone. I believe the store's officially open at this point.
Yes.
And they were just like, shout out Ethan, the store manager.
Oh yeah, shout out Ethan.
If you
Ethan.
If you go to Stone,
Big Red.
If you go to Stone, seek out the fucking pale redhead motherfucker and just dap him up and tell him that the boys love him. He took us downstairs and was like, look, what's upstairs is like a nice offering. Like everything is down here. And it took us, I don't know, an hour and a half to like pick two things.
Paralyzed by choice.
It was dark. There was so much shit. There was no mirror.
All the cool guys are also down there. Like, Liam is trying to figure out, do I go fucking silver to match the AP? Sage said, cop this. I don't know if I want this. It was a lot going on.
We were both at one point like, all right, let's get like micro puffers. And Ben Edgar had told me the day before, he's like, yeah, I was here on Wednesday and kind of same thing. He's like, I'm going to wear this every day.
Yeah.
This is like my daily driver, just like the yellow micro puff,
Fire.
no hood. I was looking at the slime green one.
We both were, honestly, because it's a great color.
And Sage comes up, gives us some Sage advice. He's like, can I offer you some Sage advice?
Yeah, some unsolicited advice, some constructive criticism.
Because he's been in this situation fucking
God
knows how
that's
many
his
times,
life,
right?
bro.
This is like he walks through the store and it's like, go downstairs, take what you want.
Yeah.
He's like, don't
have your way with it.
Don't walk out of here looking like you just went to the Patagonia store with the micro puff.
Yeah.
That's like a basic ass
Or
piece.
just like
obviously,
or a civilian just off the street.
He's like, go big.
Yeah.
Like, get some fucking rock star shit.
Mm-hmm.
Get the
He's like, this is
biggest
the
John.
this is the one opportunity to like fucking do it.
Yeah, get the biggest John you can find. Like, price is not
apparently
a factor.
And we should shout out fucking Dustin, our boy at fucking Stone, who set the whole thing, who was hooking it up for us, for fucking Nick Grant, who introduced us to the Rivettis, which we'll get into, but like he deserves credit. He's Dustin Lewis, the fucking man.
You ended up getting a lime green, not slime green, but a lime green like bomber zip up cardigan.
Like it was like a knit. It's somewhere between like a cardigan and a bomber.
Thank God it was a boucle. Otherwise, you gotten fucking destroyed on the pod.
No fucking spoiler. Low key kind of was, but I got that, and then I also got a Shadow Project kind of like diesel like chore coat situation.
I got just an overshirt, like a dusty blue overshirt that I wore the night of the pod.
Yeah,
and then I was waffling between this like metallic overshirt that was just like rippling nylon green and this puffa that I saw that I was looking for like a big puffa and couldn't find one until I think her name is Mauve. Someone that worked at the store was returning a bunch of stuff that Sage or Leah must have like tried on and not wanted. I was like, yo, what is that?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's this. And then Ethan was like, can I offer you some advice? The overshirt, evergreen. You can get that whenever you want.
And also perfect for tonight under the bright lights of the chandelier.
We did that all the time.
Yeah.
The puffer had the sewn-in compass on the back.
Yeah, crazy.
And he's like, this detail, you don't see that often because it's so fire
Yeah.
that they don't want to overdo it. So it's like, fucking sold, bro.
Yeah,
give me the fucking compass puffer.
I will say with Stone, like having someone, and obviously if you go to the store and you're not a fucking stan and you just like respect the brand and like are aware of it like we are, but aren't like fucking heads. There's so many like intricate details and like special things about every garment that like you almost need to have a caddy when shopping so that you don't like fuck it up. So it's like this embroidered detail or like this is what's special about this Shadow Project piece where it's like I think it just proves that like. Again, it's crazy that such an intentional, thoughtful, technical brand would fucking book two bozos, and even more surprising when we become best fucking friends with the Rivettis.
Well, I think that it was unclear. It was kind of a little like, what the fuck? Like, is Dustin gonna get fired when we like, go up there and be ourselves? And also like, should we go up there and not be ourselves? No, we can't do that.
Right.
So it was a little like, what's going to happen when we get up there with Samir, who's a super successful, incredible in like top of his field.
Designer,
right?
Yeah.
Designer,
architect.
Space creator, architect, whatever the fuck. And we get up there and we start talking
shit.
What made Sage call us crazy perverts.
Yeah, talking shit, dude, like we normally do.
And I was a little unnerved when we get up there and finally do the damn thing. I fucked up the intro. I hear a good amount of laughs from the audience. I'm a little unnerved until I see, because I'm facing the audience directly, you're facing this way. I see the entire Rivetti family at like my 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're all fucking dying.
The best.
It's the first time I've seen them not sucking down their enormous DiCaprio level rigs.
Yo, dude.
For more than like 1 minute at a time.
Whole family vaping, dude.
Bro.
Incredible.
Yeah. They had an armada of rigs.
When we went downstairs to do like a little pre-pro the day before, they had the whole charging situation set up so nobody was not without a fucking fully charged vape, dude. It was gas, no pun intended. I will say
when Rivetti pulls up to a Stone Island store, you know the rig's in the basement.
I think that's a misconception that I think I had and a lot of people, maybe yourself included, have is like this brand is like such a heady brand, but like the family, the $1 billion fucking baby family behind it, the Rivettis are so fun and so hilarious. Shout out Mr. and Mrs. Rivetti. Shout out the fucking kids. They were just so fun. And honestly, just a joy to have a half understood conversation because it's like limited Italian, limited English, but we're having a fucking blast.
Limited Italian, we know how to say grazie mille.
Yeah, limited.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Buonasera. Yeah, Carl like ran up and like was like, "Yo, take a picture."
Oh, yeah,
he was
like,
asking to get flicked up with us.
Yeah,
Go.
this man is a billionaire. Oh, and he goes like after the show, and they clearly liked it so much. He's like, "You should be on the TV." We're like, "All right, dude. What's the TV over in Italy? Is it that bad that we could be on TV?" Jesus Christ.
Berlusconi.
Do they not have fucking prestige television over there? What the hell?
Yo, shout out fucking Throw Gang in Chicago.
Yeah,
came through heavy.
Beautiful shit.
Came through and supplying us with some goods. And I don't know. It was. I mean, I don't know if the way that it works in New York and LA, where we've kind of like around Throwing Fits events, people have actually like linked up IRL and then have continued that like IRL aspect of the friendship after the fact, which is like legitimately beautiful to see. The community going from URL to IRL. And I don't know if in Chicago, I feel like there's been some disparate hangs here and there, but now that they have their own dedicated channel on the Cord, now that they actually had like an event to coalesce around and like truly mingle and bond and like get fucked up together and like have a great night. I hope that they continue to do this. They were in full effect and we're just like shout them out. You guys are fucking sick.
Yeah, thank you guys. They ask us what we do and who we do it for.
Better dressed in LA for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Not New York though. And yeah, that was just a great. I mean, that was awesome.
There was some confusion around like the whole like RSVP thing, and we didn't know until we showed up like what that crowd was gonna be like, but it was fucking awesome. They put the battery in our back with Samir so that we could fucking go bozo mode and earn the fucking paycheck and make the Rivettis happy and just
they were outside. They were outside talking to Carlo Rivetti, being like, because there was this random ass car. It was a Ford Thunderbird.
It was the redesigned
like the new
2000s.
shit.
No, the 2000s one.
And Carl's like, I'd never seen a these. And they're like, and they're telling him like what a fucking Ford Thunderbird. He's like, I like a design.
Yeah, he's only familiar with Ferraris.
Exactly, Lambos, bro.
But no, it was fucking great. And then the after party was super fun too. Oh, you made the mistake of taking shrooms and going to the worst possible place to ever take shrooms, which is any SoHo House anywhere.
If you're gonna take mushrooms, don't go to SoHo House, especially not the Chicago SoHo House, because I guess in Chicago, like that's like what the cool spot is. So
I couldn't really figure that out.
So much so that Chance the Rapper was there, and
no, Chance the Rapper was there, like lingering and being bizarre. And weird.
and wearing like a fucking like sweatsuit jammy set. Like
he always has that 3 hat on, which is I'm like, oh, he like literally won't leave the house. I'm like, people will know who you are without the fucking stupid hat.
Yeah, and like I saw him get accosted by a pack, not in like our section, but some like I had to like go a full city block to go to the men's room, just to take a piss, and on the way back saw like a gaggle of like broy like white dudes with Caesars and like Adam Sandler shorts and like some like bad ice and shit and like bad like I mean I think they were in like off-white type graphic tees and shit
guys or whatever,
and they like clearly wrangled him to do a shot with them. Like I walked by and Chance the Rapper's just doing a fucking shot with these bozos.
Brutal.
I'm just like, oh god, stop mushrooms. Yeah. I wasn't like tripping, but I was just like not in the right headspace. Also, so fucking drained from the whole weekend.
Let us know
and the show. But you drunk Larry, you're bouncing around, glad handing, shaking babies, kissing hands, saying yes to everyone, buying people drinks on the TF card, I assume. Or I guess people were buying you drinks, maybe. I was chilling in the back. I'm the fucking people's champ. I'm chilling in the back.
How's that the people's champ? I'm the people's champ.
No, because I was surrounded by like the Cord kids.
Oh, by the gremlins.
Yeah, I was with the gremlins in the back.
You're king of the rats, dude. You're the rat king.
I'm the rat king. The rat king, for sure. Oh, shout out Wiki. He's this week's no,
there
fuck.
you go.
Whatever.
Wiki's
He's next week's.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great show.
This week is a double feature with Samir and Jack Wagner.
Yeah, we have 2 eps this week
because Samir was relatively short. There's no afters, so. And Jack shit is
Halloween special.
The Halloween special.
Yeah.
I was in the back just fucking chilling in the chair, just like loving life and like sipping a Moscow Mule. I needed the ginger to kind of like wake me up a little bit.
To cut through the shrooms.
Yeah,
cut through the shroomy haze.
The shrooms were lovely.
How many caps did you take?
2, but one of them was quite big.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really. We ate at like 5 o'clock.
I mean, that was.
And it was a light ass dinner except for the creamy parm dressing.
Besides chugging salad dressing.
Yeah, liquid Parmesan.
Yeah.
And okay,
those charred gems were fucking drowning.
Yeah. They were uncut. I loved seeing this classic dirtbag behavior, where there'd been a big dinner there with like just the Rivettis and like the inner circle, which they're finishing up when we pulled up, and the fucking gremlins, the rats around me, they were scooping up leftovers.
That's
like
so good, dude.
little like the metal cylinders of fries with the paper, and they were like, yo, I found these are still warm.
They're still warm.
These are still warm. Let me have some. Mix them up. Oh, get the salt all over them.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some cake.
I'm not
I
hating,
fucking loved that.
That's such a good move. Honestly, I think I've talked about it before the pod. I've been kicked out of many a diner in New Jersey for trying to do a similar thing when I was younger. Yo, it's a move.
Not even that, bro.
I'm never mad at that.
That's blasted Jimmy Larry. When I was a busboy at a sushi fusion lounge in Soho, I would like eat leftover sushi because like they didn't touch this.
It's gonna get
individual
thrown
piece.
out anyway.
Yeah.
You know, come on. There's kids starving in Africa.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, that's so fire, dude.
Chance the Rapper, whack. Dirtbag stealing French fries that are still warm. Fucking sick.
It was funny with a guy like Chance, and like this is maybe us. This might make me or us by extension sound entitled, but it's like we were like, damn, like should we say what up to Chance? We're not gonna say who we potted with in Chicago because it's not coming out for a while, but like that guy was like definitely knows Chano and like could probably put us in touch, and we were like, is Chance the Rapper? Like he's corny. Like the wife guy record is terrible. But on the way to the airport, we were like kind of having that conversation. Like we didn't take the pick, obviously. He's no fucking nature boy. But like we're like, should we book him? And then I'm like, yo, you know, there's kind of Coloring Book and Acid Rapids. He has two classics, low key, dude.
Let me just say this:
like,
there's a song called Ric Flair Drip. There's a song called Chance the Rapper Drip.
No,
right?
but because Chance the Rapper makes his own music. But I will say, like. Maybe I don't know. But I was gonna say, let us know if you want us to book Chano, dude, because we probably could very easily.
Yeah, do
surprisingly enough.
And then I guess all that was left from that, I said I dapped up all the homies from the Cord. I talked about different cultural death rituals with Samir while on mushrooms. Which was fucking heady.
For a guy that was in headlights to some degree when the pod was going on, and I believe what he said on social media was murdered by these two.
Sure.
Was his review. I guess so many people were like, nah, you were in it. You don't get it. It was so funny. He was then like gassed up and was like, yo, this was sick. And I'm like, all right, like I hope you listened to it after the fact because in the moment it seemed like you wanted to be anywhere but here.
Yeah, and I guess like just the last thing that happened Saturday night or Friday night that was emblematic of like, I don't know, just our relationship or the trip was that we were like, all right, we're bouncing. Like, you're like, you want to bounce? I'm like, yeah, you want to bounce? Yeah, all right, let's go.
I think we shared a beer. We shared a Peroni.
We shared a Peroni.
For the road.
Yeah, we got a little shared roadie.
Peroni roadie.
And I was like, all right, I'm saying peace to Dustin and Nick, and I'm out of here. Yeah. I'd already said peace to everybody else, like all the Cord dudes. So I'd say peace to Nick. I say peace to Dustin. I turn around, you're fucking yakking it up. With who fucking knows, and like clearly just like you're going like this, and I'm like, oh, he's not coming.
Some new friends.
He's not coming. So I'm like, it's so fucking far to the Uber. The Uber's here. I get downstairs. I'm sitting in the Uber waiting like a fucking dickhead.
Were the three of us gonna take it? Was that the plan?
No.
Oh, just
I think Nick was just gonna come down. Yeah, because he was sitting at a different place. Just waiting like a fucking dickhead. The way I wait like a dickhead when you light a cigarette a block from the restaurant, and I have to wait outside for fucking 5 minutes while you smoke your fucking cig, and then. What's nice about Chicago is they have like ashtrays on the street.
Yeah.
You don't know that because you were just throwing them in the street. I was like, Lawrence, there's a bucket right there.
That happened one time.
It happened twice. It happened in the same place twice. Well, I was like, there's a bucket there. Like, oh shit, my bad.
Fool me once.
I was like,
whatever.
Just get me the fuck out of here. And then you're like, yo, you're like, where are you at? I'm like, I bounced. And you're like, wow. And I'm like, that was 7 minutes ago. And I said, you know what time dinner is. And then you go, wrong text, bro. And I'm like, no, it's a saying.
Oh, really? What is that's an idiom?
Yeah, like, you know what time dinner is. Like you're late.
Well, now I know.
The fucking train left the station.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I kind of remember Nick leaving with you, maybe just to say bye, because then he came back up and was like, yo, James is waiting for us downstairs. So then I was like, oh, let me get my hustle on.
We didn't leave together.
Yeah, but then it's like, yeah, bro, you're even closer. Your hotel's closer than us. Anyway, okay, let's wrap it up. I don't mind going long. All right, what should we do? Final thoughts?
Well, the only other thing is that Saturday we had another first class upgrade.
Oh, right.
And they're paging both of us, but we showed up too late to get the upgrade, and so you were screwed out of it. Although you did get what was even better than an upgrade, empty seat next to you.
Yeah, it kind of all worked out.
Yeah, so we each got our fucking
Yeah, I feel like
level up.
The upgrade chronicles were kind of like put a period on that sentence. The prophecy was fulfilled. Overall,
okay, Chicago,
yeah,
incredible. I love Chicago.
It's great, bro. It's great. When you're not there in the winter, obviously.
Yeah, it was like 70 degrees on Saturday. It was like 65 Friday, so like perfect.
Yeah,
perfect for us. The architecture is fucking stunning.
It's a beautiful.
What they say is that New Yorkers really like Chicago because they kind of came up in the same time era. And so
like the Miasi era.
Yeah, exactly. So like the architecture,
What is that,
the,
the 20s or
like the architecture, and the urban planning is very similar.
Yeah.
Where like New York was like the port, Chicago was like the gateway, or not the gateway, that was St. Louis, but like the industrial and like railroad and beef capital. And obviously there's like history between the two versus whatever. Do you think is Chicago top 3?
The Chicago outfit. All right. I had such a good fucking time from not even just our fucking fans, now our I should say our family, but like from just like the kindness of the average fucking citizen to like the delicious food that obviously, like, you know, if you had me there for 2 more days, I would have fucking died of a fucking clogged artery. To just like that dense walkableness that is like the whole point of why like you pay more to live in a city. I am willing to go number 1, New York, obviously. Number 2, Miami. How could you say I'm anti-Semitic? The amount of money that I've spent in Miami, guys. Come on,
I don't think you're anti-Semitic.
Miami honest. What's his Zionist?
Yeah.
Miami. How do you do that?
Miami honest.
Yeah. Anyway, and then now I'm willing. I feel like I had a lot of 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D. I think now Chicago officially number fucking 3 for me, without a fucking doubt. Welcome to the fucking Wiener Circle, Chicago.
Yeah. For me, it's New York. I guess why don't we take New York out of it? No, New York's
No,
take New York
come
out.
on,
Okay.
bro.
New York 1. New Orleans 2.
Okay, great.
And Chicago is right there with Miami. It's right there.
It's right there. Yeah.
A woman did say that she was going to slap her pussy in my face. So
That
you know
is-
what? Chicago number 3.
You can't get that everywhere. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. I mean, I would like to go there and stay not in the fucking Fide and like try like interesting, because like it's supposed to have fire. It's supposed to have fire Mexican food. It's supposed to have
We did
fire
not dabble.
Indian food. It's supposed to have fire.
Yeah.
What did I say? Fire Vietnamese food. We just went like straight American fucking all beef.
We went
so
Chicago local fare.
yeah. I mean, you got to try the glizzy, you got to try beef, and you got to try Gibson's. And like, unfortunately, with other obligations, we weren't able to like fully get into the food scene,
gotta
and
go
bar
back.
scene. Would love to go back in the spring, summer. Stony, bang our fucking line. any Chicago
We're always
brand.
open for anyone bang on. We're open for business. We're the new Chicago.
Yeah, it was
outfit.
awesome. I mean, everyone did look like Big Cat.
Yeah, true.
Everyone looked like Big
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah.
The food was a little too wet. At least the limited, fucking realm that we
An
got to
aquatic
experience.
diet.
I did not necessarily like the Midwest kind of like patience stuff,
What do you
where
mean?
everyone's just like not in a rush all the time. Like
Oh,
slow walkers, slow
too
drivers,
polite.
slow walkers, slow drivers, like small talk having motherfuckers. Like people were in the elevator and would small talk me
I know,
and
dude.
miss
Yeah.
their flight or miss their stop.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, guess I'm going up.
We almost missed our flight because the guy driving us to the airport. This is why I missed my upgrade, even though it ultimately all came up Larry. Because he was like driving so fucking politely
Yeah, like wouldn't do a
on the
U-turn.
highway.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I mean, yeah. So you know, the
Smacks,
page. I mean, so when I got back to New York and the guy was fucking going 70 and a 30 and cutting the whole line for the exit, I was like, yeah, respect. New York is back, baby. But yeah, love Chicago.
Shout out Chicago. Shout out all the throw gang in the Midwest. Everyone that not just lives
the
in
Midwest,
Chicago.
they mid.
Yeah, but everyone who came through, shout out fucking Drew from Milwaukee, our boy Nick Grant from fucking Des Moines. We had the fucking Midwest in a motherfucking chokehold like we were the nature boy himself. Woo!
I run this city. Chef, take
You
us out.
kept saying that to Nick Grant every time we like gave him
I
like
know.
a favor or a perk. You're like, "Don't worry, bro. We run this fucking city."
I was joking, obviously.
Seemed like, and honestly, nobody could prove you wrong. This
Also,
has been.
we don't run the city. Nick Grant. O-Block runs that city.
This has been, shout out O-Block, don't kill us. This has been the only
kill
podcast
Nick.
that matters. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in the UK. We'll see you at the Throwing Fits, Friends and Family Bazaar. You know the fucking vibes. Bye, guys.
Chef, take us out.